Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivadu Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Girivaran Vrindavanam Gichai Maturadam Gichai Navantam Gongvamai Shri Amunamai Gichai Tulasi Devi Gichai Bhakti Devi Gichai Samavira Bhaktan Gichai Om Pramanandi. All glory to the seven devotees. All glory to the seven devotees. All glory to the seven devotees. All glory to Sri Sri. All glory to So, yes, I'm with the transcendental diary. So we're starting with the transcendental diary. Ah, you can translate, Ilamita? Very good. So we're reading from Prabhupada's time in Vrindavan, Sri Vrindavan Dham. This is September 6, 1976. Today is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's appearance day. Srila Prabhupada told us to observe a half-day fast. At about 4 a.m., Srila Prabhupada called Hare Krishna and me to his room upstairs. He had just finished his writing and was leaning back against the cotton field bolsters. There was no managerial topic to discuss. He just wanted to preach to us. He told us that family life is the impetus for material advancement. He said that when he was a younger man, he applied to become agent for a very large firm. The territory covered from Delhi to Benares, a large area worth many thousands of rupees. Their first inquiry to him was, "Are you a married man?" This means, he said, that they know if you are a married man, then there is a responsibility. He went on to share some information about his youth and marriage. His mother planned to get him married by age 17, but she decided when he was only 14 and married. Sorry. He went on to share some information about his youth and marriage. His mother planned to get him married by age 17, but she did when she was only 14, and he married at age 22, when his wife was only 11. This is the Vedic system, he explained. The man is married by the age of 25, and the girls between 12 and 16. Early marriage means responsible citizens. Therefore, the parents arrange early marriage for their children in consultation with astrologers to see if the two people were compatible. They took it that even if a boy was poor, if he was hardworking and from a good background, that he was acceptable. Prabhupada said that his grandfather's brother-in-law was very poor, but because he was a good worker, his mother-in-law secretly gave him 500 rupees, a large amount at that time, to begin a business. He started a lace making business and became a very rich man and a prominent landowner in Calcutta, and even a road named after him. Prabhupada concluded with a laugh, good family life, that is the materialist desire. So this is, like always, when Prabhupada speaks full of knowledge, full of realization. And now he's speaking about culture, the Vedic culture and its practice. Of course, now in Kali Yuga, things are degrading more and more and more. But this was all based on perfect knowledge of the Vedic Shastra. And like we're also reading now in the Bhagavatam, that to become religious, is actually very important. When we hear about religious and Vedic contexts, there's so many rules and regulations, social arrangements and everything. That regulating all different kinds of activity or details that one has to accept or to follow. Just like here, Prabhupada mentioned that the girls were married very soon, very young age. In one purport in the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada says that the first boy that the girl knows normally becomes a very strong, attachment. But nowadays, of course, in Kali Yuga, this is different. But even when we started, I haven't been too much to the big cities in India lately, but when we started to go to India, outside the cities, people were very cultural. It's like you never saw young boys and young girls together. They were always in their different groups. We couldn't believe it when we saw it. Of course, in the cities it's different. And also the parents are very, feel very responsible, to get a good wife for the son and a good, a good husband for the girls. That's like in the third canto, where the story of Kapila's teaching I mentioned. That it says that his mother, what was her name? Devahuti. Devahuti. She never met her husband in person. She just heard about his qualities. And she was actually the daughter of a king. And so she just heard about the qualities of the, what is it? What's the name of the husband? Huh? Kadama. She just heard about Kadama and his qualities. And she asked, he told her father that she wanted to get married to him. And in the purport, Prabhupada says, this is a very important point. Because young people normally don't have the oversight or see things properly yet by the lack of experience. Whereas the parents, they also normally have more experience. So if they select the partner, then it's normally based on much more knowledge and realization, experience like that. And Prabhupada also mentioned here that, this is also, they also the parents also go to astrology, and to see if they're actually the boy or the girl compatible with their children. Because nowadays, astrology is a different thing. But in the Vedic context, it was a science. And you wouldn't become an astrologer unless you had necessary qualifications. And also you had to be Brahmana. Intelligent, belonging to the intelligent class of men. When they also power. No, it says in the last part of first of all the book of Ramakrishna also about Prabhupada at the end of life. He was taking capture of Prabhupada. And Prabhupada would always call for the astrologer to know what was the time he would leave the body. Yeah, it actually surprised me when I read it. And on the other side, Prabhupada many times said that, the astrologer, what the astrologer tells you actually becomes a different story when you become a devotee. It's like your hand line, you see. Was this famous astrologer that Prabhupada mentions in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sarvagya. Sarvagya means he who knows everything. Sarvagya. And Sarvagya was going door to door, offering his service to the grihastas. And Prabhupada mentions that there's actually two things that people are mostly interested in: the health and the future. So he was offering this service. So, and then he came to the house of a very poor man. And when he saw the lines, how do you say it? The lines, right? The lines in the hand of the poor man, he was surprised. What? This man is not poor. He has a big treasure, but he has no contact with the treasure. And he told him, actually, your father left you a great fortune as an inheritance. And so I will tell you, how to find this treasure. And so he told him, what was that? Yeah, he said, don't go to the north. If you start, I say, looking in the north, you'll probably be attacked by unlimited wasps, vespa, or bees. And don't go to the west. Because if you go to the west, you'll be attacked by a big snake. No, a ghost. What is that? No, ghost first. And you become all confused. And don't go to the south, because you'll be attacked by big snakes, and you will just disappear. But when you go to the east, I guess we know east is always auspicious. You just have to wipe the floor a little bit, how you say, and you discover your treasure your father left. And actually these directions have specific significance. Just like when you want the first thing is fruitive activities or sense gratification. You create so many unlimited karmic reactions that you have to suffer in the end. And then if you go to the next direction was that you being attacked by a ghost, means you don't get any kinds of solutions or any real knowledge, speculating. You just get lost in the speculation. And then to the south was the impersonal. Apparently use your personal identity. And when you go to the east, you just become occupied in devotional service. Especially nowadays, chant as much as you can. And your heart becomes purified, and you discover the greatest treasure. Love of God within your heart. Anyway, so these are directions. Were the directions of Sarvagya, the astrologer. But nowadays, I have a book there by one of our women devotees. She wrote a whole book about astrology. She's very expert in astrology. And she warns everyone, don't go to astrologer. Also, often devotees have asked me, have you made your chart also? You know your chart? And I always tell him no. Because I heard that when they tell you something, you get too fixed on it. How do you say? How do you say? Yeah, you get completely fixed on it. But actually, for devotees, things can change. Hopefully, things. Well, I'm sorry I went off so much. Any questions or commentary? Anybody? Yeah.
Thank you very much. We do know, just short, do you know why this Mataji in the book is saying don't put in astrologer?
Yeah, because there's so much cheating. So much cheating. You know, in Vedic sciences, everything comes down through line of, how do you say, line of teaching, traditions. Just like also nowadays, somebody they make so much money with Ayurveda, with Ayurvedic doctors, because it's a system that can make money. And I used to also take advice from a Vedic doctor. He was actually in a tradition. His father was a doctor. He came from a different tradition. And he was actually very successful, highly respected by the devotees. But now he's not there anymore. Like everybody in the material world. You go to old age and then you disappear. Unfortunately. And so many devotees went there. Also, Satchidananda Swami, and who knows, so many devotees glorified him. I was once there with him, and he was prescribing some medicine for me. And I told him, look, I'm a sannyasi, I have no money. And he turned around. You see, he has a little cupboard, covered with doors like this. And he opened it, gave me a pile of rupees. At that time, the 100 rupees were the biggest. And I was surprised. Wow. There was a different relationship. Hare Krishna. Was it of a song? Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So which verse was it?
74.
Actually, we are ending the chapter. There's hardly any purpose. Sixth chapter, sixth canto, chapter 18, 74. Aradanam Bhagavata Ihamana Yashya Ye tu nechanti api param Ye svatha Aradanam Bhagavata Ye tu nechanti api param Ye svatha Ayadanam Bhagavata Nihamana Ye tu nechanti api param Ye svatha kusharasmidaha Ayadanam Bhagavata Nihamana Ye tu nechanti api param
Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishaha Yedu Nishante Apiparam Vesvarta Kushala Smritaha
Aradhanam Bhagavata
Aradhanam Bhagavata
Ihamana
Ihamana
Nirashishaha
Nirashishaha Yedu Nishante Apiparam Vesvarta Kushala Smritaha
Ladies,
Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishaha Yedu Nishante Apiparam Vesvarta Kushala Smritaha Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishaha Yedu Nishante Apiparam Vesvarta Kushala Smritaha Aradhanam Bhagavata Ihamana Nirashishaha Yedu Nishante Apiparam Vesvarta Kushala Smritaha
Aradanam,
Aradhanam
the worship
the worship
Bhagavata
Bhagavata
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead
Ihamana,
Ihamana
being interested in.
interested in
Nirashisha,
Nirashisha
without material desires.
without material desires.
Yea,
Yea,
those who
those who
do
do
indeed
indeed
Naichanti,
Naichanti
do not desire.
not desire
Api,
Api
even
even
Param,
Param
liberation.
liberation
Te,
Then
they,
they
Swarta,
Swartha
in their own interest.
their own interest.
Avusara,
Kushala
expert.
expert
Smita,
Vruta
are considered.
are considered.
Translation. Although those who are interested only in worshipping the Supreme Person of Godhead do not desire anything material from the Lord and do not even want liberation, Lord Krishna fulfills all their desires. Purport. When Dhruva Maharaj saw Lord Vishnu, he declined to take any benedictions from him, for he was fully satisfied by seeing the Lord. Nonetheless, the Lord is so kind that because Dhruva Maharaj in the beginning had desired a kingdom greater than his father's, he was promoted to Dhruvaloka, the best planet in the universe. Therefore, in the Shastra it said, Akarma sarvakama va mokshakama dharatihi vibrena bhakti yogena najita purusham param. A person who has broad intelligence, whether he is full of material desires, free from material desires, or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the Supreme Whole, personality of Godhead. Bhagavatam 2:3-10. One should engage in full devotional service. Then, even though he has no desires, whatever desires he previously had can all be fulfilled simply by his worship of the Lord. The actual devotee does not desire even liberation. The Lord, however, fulfills the desire of the devotee by rewarding him opulence that will never be destroyed. A kami's opulence is destroyed, but the opulence of a devotee is never destroyed. The devotee becomes more and more opulent as he increases his devotional service to the Lord. Aradanam Bhagavata Ihamana Shisha Detu Chandiya Piparam Desvatha Kushala Sudaha. Although those who are interested only in worshipping the Supreme Portrait of Godhead do not desire anything material from the Lord, and do not even want liberation, Lord Krishna fulfills all their desires. Srila Bhagavatam says in the end of the purport, the body becomes very rich. And it's a fact. Just like Bhagavad, he came to America with only 40 rupees. And he created a world movement with opulent temples and farm congregations and all this. So much opulence, so much money involved. But the difference was that Srila Prabhupada was completely renounced. He was a sannyasi. That means he used everything only in the service of Krishna. Not any I say for his own sense gratification. Even though his disciples offered him so much opportunities for sense gratification. Prabhupada only took what was absolutely necessary. And why is this? Because there's a verse Bhagavatam Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Yogi Tatana Shavairagyam Jnanam Chaya Haitukam. Kannst du auswendig? Nee. Der richtige Vers. Da heißt es, wenn man Vasudeva, wenn man Krishna verehrt, wenn man den hingebungsvollen Dienst darbringt, bekommt man zwei Ergebnisse. Eins ist, dass man Wissen bekommt, Wissen bekommt, ein Wissen offenbart wird. Aber ich spreche ja Englisch, ich spreche ja Deutsch jetzt nicht. Welche Sprache sollen wir jetzt sprechen? Deutsch reden. Entscheidet euch mal. Deutsch? Sprechen alle Deutsch? Okay. Gut, dann heißt es nur, dass ein Wissen offenbart wird und dass man Lösung entwickelt. Das heißt zu allem, was nicht mit dem hingebungsvollen Dienst in Beziehung steht. Aber das heißt, dass man alles, was man bekommt, alles, was dem Krishna zur Verfügung stellt, dass man das in seinem hingebungsvollen Dienst benutzt. Prabhupada hatte den Wunsch, dass Krishna wusste, in die ganze Welt zu verbreiten. Und am Anfang haben wir gehört, im Lilamrita heißt es, dass Prabhupada irgendwann, als er noch Grihastha war, hatte er geplant, ein gutes Business zu machen, viel Geld zu verdienen. Weil er hatte die Vorstellung, wenn ich nach Amerika gehe, dann brauche ich viel Geld. Ne? Und dann hat Krishna ihm den Geldhahn zugedreht. Wie sagt man das? Ne? Ja. Den Geldhahn zugedreht. Ne? Ja, das heißt, das ging sogar so weit, dass ne, dann begann Prabhupada in seinem Zuhause, begann er Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam-Klasse zu machen. Und dann lud Leute ein zur Bhagavatam-Klasse. Und eines Tages fand Srila Prabhupada sein Bhagavatam nicht. Und er suchte überall und fand das Bhagavatam nicht. Und dann fragte er seine Frau, und ihr wisst die Antwort, ne? Die sagte, das habe ich verkauft, ne? Weil ich Chai brauchte. Ne? Ich brauchte Tee. Ne? Und jeder, der schon mal nach Indien gereist ist oder in Indien gereist ist, der kennt diese Schreie. Chai, Chai, Chai. Nur überall verkaufen die Tee. Ne? Nur nicht im Flugzeug, im Zug ja. Das hatten im Grunde die Engländer eingeführt. Anyway, so das heißt, dass wenn man sich in hingebungsvollen Dienst beschäftigt, bekommt man diese Segnung. Und Krishna vertraut einem. Das heißt, man bekommt mehr und mehr Möglichkeiten und auch mehr und mehr Lakshmi, was notwendig ist für den Service. Ich habe das schon oft das Beispiel gegeben, Prabhupada. Die Devotees haben mal Prabhupada ein Bild gezeigt von einem Yogi. Ich weiß nicht, ob das ein bekanntes Magazin in Amerika war. Ja, und da saß ein Yogi völlig so anscheinend total entsagt. Und da sah man eine Hand mit $100-Scheinen so gereicht worden. Und der Yogi, der saß da und kümmerte sich nicht darum, der war völlig entsagt. Und dann haben sie Prabhupada das gezeigt. Und Prabhupada sagte, wenn hier jemand das gereicht hätte, hätte ich sofort genommen. Weil man braucht Geld. Zum Beispiel, hier haben wir keine Miete zu bezahlen. Und normalerweise müssen die Devotees immer überall Miete bezahlen. Die kann man nicht mit Simply Wonderfuls bezahlen, die Miete, sondern die wollen alle Geld. Und das Geld, das gibt Krishna. Da gibt es diesen bekannten Vers, ich kann mich an das Sanskrit erinnern, da heißt es, nur wenn jemand völlig absorbiert ist in hingebungsvollen Dienst, dass Krishna ihm alles gibt, was er braucht und dass er alles beschützt, wie das man Deutsch? Erhält, dass Krishna alles erhält, was er hat. So, das ist ein sehr interessantes Versprechen, was Krishna gibt. Ja, in dieser Weise, wie wir schon erwähnt haben, Prabhupada hat einfach Vertrauen in Krishna, als er nicht in die westliche Welt kam. Er hatte nichts, praktisch nichts. Und im Laufe der Zeit wuchs seine Bewegung. Und mehr und mehr Leute fühlten sich angezogen von der Missionsschule. Und das waren so viele, dass sie erstaunt waren überall. Was, so viele junge Leute, die ihn verehren, die ihn folgen. Im Grunde war das ein Wunder. Überall. Und zwar aus allen Klassen. Wie sagt man Klassen? An allen Gesellschaftsklassen. Da gab es hochintellektuelle Devotees und da gab es einfache Leute, so die Straßenkehrer und so, die zu Devotees wurden. So der Punkt ist, dass wir hier hören, dass Krishna den Gottgeweihten Reichtümer gibt. Aber wenn wir diese Reichtümer benutzen, wo sie nicht bestimmt sind, dann ist es eine große Gefahr. Deshalb erwähnt Srila Prabhupada auch, dass wenn man das spirituelle Leben beginnt, dass man sehr, sehr strikt sein muss. Sehr, sehr, sehr strikt sein muss. Weil man, wenn man mit Reichtum in Berührung kommt, zum Beispiel, hier habe ich ja noch nie gesehen, aber in den Ländern, wo es normalerweise sind, da gibt es viele arme Leute. Da gibt es ganze Stadtbezirke, wo die armen Leute sind. Und da kann man als reicher Leute kann man da gar nicht hin. Selbst in vielen von diesen Bezirken, da fürchtet sich sogar die Polizei, selbst die Polizei geht da nicht rein. Ja. Und wir machen der Harinam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Wie gestern zum Beispiel auch. Der verrückteste Tag in Köln, glaube ich, ne? Oder? Ja? Der verrückteste Tag. Aber was mir aufgefallen gestern beim Harinam, ist, dass sie waren überhaupt nicht fröhlich. Die waren gar nicht lustig. Ne? Die fühlten sich gar nicht mit. Sondern es war alles so, als wir dann plötzlich erschienen und Bomben-Kirtan gemacht haben, Heavy Metal Kirtan gemacht haben, dann waren die alle begeistert. Ne? Die haben alle irgendwelche Zeichen gemacht und manche haben auch angefangen mit uns zu tanzen und so. Ja, das ist wirkliche Glückseligkeit. Das ist wirkliche Freude. Die kann man nur erfahren, wenn man Krishna wieder. Das ist eine, ne, deshalb ist auch mit dieser Erfahrung, die Menschen machen mit dem Krishna, kommen sie und bleiben. Und selbst wenn sie gehen, vergessen sie das nie wieder. Und manche haben eine lange Leitung, wie sagt man das? Wie sagt man Deutsch? Bei denen dauert das ein bisschen länger, bis das zündet, ne? Bis sie zu bewusst sind, was Krishna bewusst ist, oder was sie verloren haben. Ja. Wenn man ein bisschen älterer Devotee ist, dann trifft man manchmal Leute, die waren Devotees vor vielen, vielen Jahren. Und man ist der Einzige, der die wiedererkennt. Und was sagen die dann normalerweise? Die sagen, Maharaj, das war meine glücklichste Zeit. Ja, als ich im Tempel gelebt habe, als ich Brahmachari war oder Brahmacharin, Sankirtan machen durfte, ja, rausgehen konnte und einfach nur von Krishna abhängig gemacht. Das war die glücklichste Zeit in meinem Leben. Ja, und jetzt? Was machst du denn jetzt? Komm doch wieder zurück. Ja. Wir haben zum Beispiel auch einen Devotee hier, der plötzlich wieder aufgetaucht ist. Ja, der wohnt hier, wie sagt man es, ein Block? Wie sagt man das? Ein Block entfernt? Wie sagt man? Ja, und das war auch mal ein super Sankirtan-Devotee. Ich kann mich erinnern, ich habe oft zu denen gesprochen. Ja, habe versucht, sie zu ermutigen. Haben manchmal mit anderen auch zusammengekommen. Ja. Und die gingen raus und die waren einfach glücklich. Ja. Und dann habe ich ihn wieder gesehen vor einiger Zeit und habe entdeckt, dass er hier in der Nähe wohnt. Ich habe ihn manchmal im Park getroffen. Ich mache immer meine, wie sagt man das? Ja, Spaziergang, um mich zu beleben sozusagen. Und dann sitzt er da irgendwo, ne, oder saß er da irgendwo. Jetzt nicht, in letzter Zeit habe ich ihn nicht mehr gesehen. Aber es ist sehr schön zu sehen, wie er wieder zurückgekommen ist. Und die Wunde, ne, wieder sein spirituelles Leben wertschätzt. Ja, so manchmal, ne, wenn wir verwehrt, und besonders wenn wir plötzlich diese Möglichkeit haben, wie hier gesagt wird, dass wir plötzlich hier in einer Umgebung sind, wo man sich keine Probleme mehr zu machen braucht. Man macht einfach nur, was man zu tun hat. Und man braucht kein Geld mehr, man braucht kein Konto mehr und all diese Sachen. Und dann wird plötzlich manifestiert sich das alles in unbegreiflicher Form. Ja. Ich kann mich erinnern am Anfang, ich weiß nicht, ob jetzt auch noch passiert, das glaube ich nicht mehr. Aber früher sagen die Leute immer, ja, wo kriegt ihr denn euer Geld her? Wie lebt ihr denn hier? Ne? Ihr arbeitet doch nicht. Ne? Ihr arbeitet doch nicht. Wo kriegt ihr denn euer Geld her? Und wenn man dann sagte, ja, von Krishna, du kannst das ja auch mal erfahren. Komm zu uns, dann kannst du das auch erfahren. Ja, das ist, meine Eltern, mein Vater hat das auch immer gesagt. Mensch, Junge, was machst du denn? Du bist nicht mehr arbeiten jetzt. Ne? Der konnte das gar nicht vorstellen. Und deshalb hat er mir jedes Mal, wenn ich ihn besucht habe, hat er mir ein bisschen Geld gegeben, weil dann dachte ich habe nichts und ich brauche das. Und zur gleichen Zeit habe ich das nicht für meine eigene Sinnbefriedigung benutzt, sondern ich habe es benutzt für Krishna. Und da hat er sich auch gefürchtet dann zum Schluss, als er sein Testament gemacht hat. Da wollte er das schriftlich wie sagt man das? Festsetzen, dass ich nichts bekomme von der. weil ich das ganz bestimmt zu Krishna gehe. Ne? Das Gleiche ist auch mit einem Gottbruder von mir, ne, der Guru Prasad Maharaj. Der kommt aus einer sehr reichen Familie. Ne? Und der Vater war Besitzer von Zeitungen. Wie sagt man das? Der hatte war Besitzer von Zeitungen. Ja. Bitte? Newspaper, ja, Newspaper. Und der mochte das Krishna, wusste ihn überhaupt nicht. Und wenn immer seine Eltern besucht hat, wurde er sofort wieder kritisiert von seinem Vater. Wie sagt man, ihr Parasiten und so weiter. Ne? Ja, und dann ganz zum Schluss hat er dann nichts von der Erbschaft bekommen. Aber seine Schwester, die war sehr barmherzig. Hat ihm eins von den Häusern gegeben, was der Vater besitzt. Ne? Das benutzt er jetzt auch. Anyway, so das ist ein Problem, ne? Dass wir im Grunde nicht in diese Gesellschaft gehören. Ne? Sondern wir gehören zu einer anderen Gesellschaft. Wir gehören zu einer, oder wie wir mal sagen, das ist unsere wirkliche Familie. Die Familie steht auf. So, das heißt aber nicht, ne, dass wir das einfach nur alles akzeptieren sollen, sondern wie ich gesagt habe, dass wir das ordnungsgemäß oder verantwortungsvoll benutzen sollen, alles, was uns gibt. Ja, ein sehr wichtiger Punkt. Ne, dass nämlich, ne, manchmal erscheinen reiche Leute, die zu den Devotees werden oder die sich interessieren. Ja, und dann werden sie, wie sagt man, dann gehen die Devotees alle hin und fragen, kannst du nicht das Ticket nach Indien bezahlen oder irgendwie sowas. Ich kenne zum Beispiel jemanden in einem anderen Teil der Welt, der ist sehr, sehr reich. Ja, der ist Besitzer von Inseln und so viele Sachen. Und der kam immer, wenn ich da hingekommen war, der kam immer zu dem Ort. Und dann ist er irgendwie verschwunden und ist jetzt wieder zurückgekommen. Wieder gesehen. Und ich musste ihm leider sagen, also wenn du eine Spende geben willst, gib es nicht irgendjemandem, ne, sondern mach das mit dem Tempelpräsidenten, ne, oder mit verantwortungsvollen. So, wollen wir noch einen Vers dazu lesen? Hier sind noch einige bis zum Ende des Kapitels. Irgendwelche Fragen noch dazu? Okay. Tadadyatma padam devam svatmanam jagadishvaram Orinita gunasparsham udasyan nalake priya. The ultimate goal of all ambitions is to become a servant of the Supreme Personality of God. If an intelligent man serves the most dear Lord, who gives himself to his devotees, how can he desire material happiness, which is available even in hell? Interesting. In hell. Yeah, there's also happiness in the mode of ignorance. You know, there's happiness in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Purport. An intelligent man will never aspire to become a devotee to achieve material happiness. That is the test of a devotee, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches. Nadanam najanam na sundarim kantam bhajagati shakamaye mama janmani janmanishvari bhavatan bhakti tuki. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, verse after verse. A pure devotee never begs the Lord for material happiness in the shape of riches, followers, a good wife, or even mukti. The Lord promises, however, yoga, kshemam, mahamyaham. And I voluntarily bring everything necessary for my service. This is a very important part here. It says, I voluntarily bring voluntary everything that my devotee. Like this famous story of Yamuna Acharya. No, Yamuna. Arjunacha. Arjunacha. I have this told this many times, you know. Sorry if I tell it again. Arjunacha. He had a service like he was writing commentaries to the Bhagavad Gita verse. And when he read this verse, which ends like Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham, that I carry everything to devotees and protect, I say, protect everything that we have. He thought, oh, Krishna has so many servants. How he personally has to come to provide the devotees with what they need. And so he crossed out the word Vahami, put Karomi there. That I make arrangements that everything is done. And then he left. Going out. And then while he was out, two young, very beautiful little boys appeared in his home. And they were carrying big loads of boga. And the wife was very surprised. Actually, why are you carrying these big bags? And who are you? And who sent you? So Arjunacharya said, actually, your husband forced us to take all these loads to your home. And one of them even showed them. I say, actually in English. Anyway, so zeigte ihm die Schulter, da war eine Wunde. Wie sagt man das? Das ist eine Wunde da, ne? Scratch, wie sagt man Scratch in Deutsch? Wie ein Kratzer. And so the wife was very surprised. So we just sit down here and wait until we will speak to him about it. So then Arjunacharya came back to his home. And the wife told him that two boys had come with big loads, and they had told her that actually they were forced by him to carry these big loads. And then I show you, and so, but the boys had disappeared. And then Arjunacharya asked, describe me these boys. Who are these boys? How did they look like? She gave a very nice description. She said, oh, one was darkish. Darkish. I say the Regenwolken. Anyway, and he wore a yellow or golden dhoti, and he has a flute in his, how do you say that? Flute, yeah, a flute. And he had very beautiful hair, and there was a peacock feather. And the other one was whitish, like it says in the Shastra, like milk. That's the color of banana. And he held an arrow in his hand. Oh, somewhat here. Anyway. And so he realized that Krishna had actually come to prove that actually, yes, he would take care of him personally. So this is a very nice promise that Krishna gives in the Bhagavad Gita. But the condition is that we should be completely absorbed in devotion. Just like Bhakti Mama Bijananti Yavana Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. I can only be understood by loving devotion. That's why it's so difficult to understand Krishna. Realize Krishna, see Krishna. Because it requires complete surrender, complete absorption. That's a real meditation. Anyway, any questions? Yeah.
My question is about the translation. You said
What do you mean? How do you translate?
Translation. You said that there is. We hear from the acharyas that there is happiness in the three modes. So there's happiness in the mode of goodness, which is nectar poison in the beginning and nectar in the end. Happiness is drug like nectar in the beginning and poison in the end. But how is it the happiness and ignorance? The happiness that is available.
Did you go out and hide, I guess? Oh, you should have gone. Then you could see the happiness and the mode of ignorance. So many people drunk, and they were thinking they were happy like they think, and also moving like around like this. No, was it? So many drunk people. Yeah. For smoking, taking drugs, becoming drunk, be completely uncontrolled in your sense verification. So I just heard something about my Baba said, better to, I say, besser zu vermeiden, wie sagt man das? Zu vermeiden, als besser Vorsicht, wie sagt man Deutsch, Vorsicht als Nachsicht. And when Prabhupada was speaking about this, he said, just like now you have so many hospitals and everything. If people would be more, I say, vorsichtig, they wouldn't have to go to hospital. There's so many people who go to hospital because they have problems due to their uncontrolled sense gratification. Yes. Like Prabhupada many times used the devotees to show how healthy they were, how happy they were, how happy and healthy they were. And Prabhupada mentioned that all these big epidemics, they're all based on unregulated life, doing forbidden things, which have to be learned from the Vedas, how to do things properly, everything. There's principles for, I mentioned the other day, I mentioned like in the Puranas, there's facilities also for people who are meat eaters. You can eat meat, but under very, very strict regulations. Just like you can have sex, you can eat meat, you can take liquor. Yeah, this is all there, but under very, very strict regulations. And like if you said that if you want to eat meat, you can eat meat not every day, but once a month. This, how to kill the Ziege, oder was man Ziege? Ziege, and very, very complicated everything. Just like you want to have sex, you have to get married. You cannot have sex anywhere, anytime. You have to get married properly. And then also you're supposed to only have sex life for the creation of children. This is a whole, how to say, system. Now, because sex life is actually meant to attract good souls, not just for sense gratification. And if you follow all these rules and regulations, then you attract very good souls. Or souls who are, die das verdienen, to be born in a pious family or devotee family. Of course, these children are given an opportunity, and we have seen that not all these children actually take advantage of this opportunity. So it's all there. We just have to learn how to do things properly. Do things in the religious way, like Prabhupada mentioned in the previous verse. He speaks about religion. Just like in the verse, give up all religions. Krishna says, actually, we have a different concept of religion in the West. Something I say very apart. But actually, Dharma, Sarvadhaman Parityāja, or give up all religion means give up all the inferior duties. Right? What is it in English? Eine untergeordnete Pflicht. Weil das höchste Prinzip, das höchste religiöse Prinzip ist die völlige Ergebenheit zu Krishna. Und völlig zu Krishna sehen. Und all diese ganzen Regeln und Religionen sollen uns helfen, auf diese Ebene erhoben zu werden. Dass wir besser mehr und mehr gesegnet werden. Mehr und mehr den wirklichen Sinn des Lebens verstehen. Und uns letztlich Krishna völlig erheben. Okay, noch eine Frage dazu oder ein Kommentar? You understanding? Yeah? You speak Deutsch, yeah? Good. Is it okay if I read another verse? Alidam mamadavyanjam alishasya mahiyase shantum maharsi matastvam ishkya garbo vitatitaha. O my mother, O best of all women, I am a fool. Kindly excuse me for whatever offenses I have committed. Your 49 sons have been born unhurt because of your devotional service. As an enemy, I cut them to pieces, but because of your great devotional service, they did not die. But the story goes that actually, he was trying to, do harm to Diti. But he couldn't do anything because she was completely based on the principles, completely honest and strict. But at one point, she kind of deviated. What is it? You know the story, right? She deviated. And at this, he entered into the womb to do damage to the embryo within. But he couldn't have done this before because she was so pure and so surrendered, following all the principles properly like that. But as soon as she became negligent, he took the opportunity to harm her. But now he has changed his mind, his attitude. And even though he kind of made of this one embryo, he made how many? 40 something, 49 or something. With the idea to harm. But he couldn't harm them because she was had been such a nice, good devotee. So all these children actually came out very nice. Before it was only one, and then 49. Very nice souls. So he was very impressed. And on the basis of this realization, he is now offering prayers. Hare Krishna. Any more questions or comments? I think there's one more verse here. Vishu Gauvacha Indrastaya Vyanukyata Shudha Bhavena Tushtaya Varuvi Sahatam Natva Jadamadri Divam Prabhu. Sri Shukadeva Goswami continued. Diti was extremely satisfied by Indra's good behavior. Then Indra offered his respects to his aunt with profuse obeisances. And with her permission, he went away to the heavenly planets, with his brothers and Morus. Yeah, so actually this planet is a very special planet. We heard that even the demigods, they also attracted, well, they have been attracted before. And we heard that sometimes the demigods manifested here. But now things are too degraded. Now they don't come anymore. Because this is also not only was not only a nice planet, but also it's a very specific, very special planet within this universe. In the sense that Krishna makes his appearance once in a day of Brahma. Krishna, the supreme person of Godhead, manifests himself in his original form and manifests his most confidential pastime on this planet. It doesn't happen anywhere else. It's this planet. This planet, we have the most auspicious place of pilgrimage, Vrindavan, where the supreme person of Godhead stays and manifests his pastimes. Yes, this is very special, and we can go there. Yes, when have you been the last time in Vrindavan? Last year? Oh, you have a good excuse. You buy things for the shop. No? Yes, so take advantage of all these benedictions, of this incredible movement that Srila Prabhupada gave us, and make your life successful. Any more questions? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Question is, different situations, descriptions of different situations we have in Srimad Bhagavatam. But most of them are very critical situations.
Sorry?
Critical situations.
Critical situation.
Critical situations.
Yeah.
This way, that way, so just like black and white. Why is it so?
This Bhagavatam gives us very many nice examples, presenting devotees with certain problems and how they solve them. Yeah? Like Prahlad Maharaj, for example, he was born in a demonic family, but he was actually a devotee. And how did he protect himself of the onslaughts of his father? By always thinking of Krishna. This is a very nice example that Prahlad gave. So we should follow Prahlad Maharaj. We should also organize our time in such a way that we always can meditate on Krishna, on his devotional service. Bhavanam, Kirtan, Smaranam. This is Prahlad was a representative of Smaranam. In the middle of all these problems that his father created, he was always thinking of Krishna. And he was protected by Krishna, taken care of by Krishna, personally. All these examples we should take to heart. How to say? We should hear them, study them, meditate on them, and in this way we have so many good examples to follow. What do you think? Yes. Keine Frage, du hast ja mal Fragen. Nicht mehr. No. Der Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.